Welcome to Hot Topicz, where we discuss important things about important situations. Sometimes it's random, sometimes it's not. Either way is elevated. Stay tuned for today's episode. What's up, y'all? So, I just need to let y'all know that it is snowing in Texas. Like, I didn't even know it snowed in Texas. Seriously. But anyways, as you can see, that's why I got my little hat on. Can't be letting the hair get all sweated out from the snow. But anyways, that is not why I'm here. I actually am here because there was a question that came to mind when I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he asked me, are you able to receive love? And I had to think about that. I had to really sit with myself, because I feel like as women, we have a fairy tale of what we want love to be and how we want love to show up. And we want, the person to be this height, this weight, have this job, have stability, have security, be a provider, be a protector, and be all these things that either our father was or was not. So when love does show up and it's not in the form that you imagine or think that it's supposed to be, what do? Are you able to receive love? So as a person who has been to therapy myself, I had to think about that. I said, I want to say, yeah, I am. I am able to receive love, but then I thought about what I have learned love to be over the last couple of years, and what love is not. So our immediate relationships will teach us what love is. It requires sacrifice, it requires patience, it requires an understanding that the body and the material aspects of people will change, but how they treat you won't. How they show up won't. I found myself saying, like, this person is too nice. Like, how can someone be too nice? That doesn't even make any sense. But we get so hung up on what we think love is supposed to be and how we're supposed to feel if we love somebody, instead of allowing love to be nurtured over time and allowing someone to be there for you, show up for you in all the ways that you honestly may not even been able to imagine. So I wanted to know what you guys think. Like, are you able to be loved? And when he asked me that question, I immediately said, yeah, right? So I was like, yeah, of course I'm able to be loved. Like, what do you mean? That doesn't even make any sense. I'm done all this work and I've done all this healing and I know who I am and I done found God for myself and professed Jesus to be ahead of my life, type. So after thinking about it, I said, wow, I started to observe my old patterns. Like, okay, when you were in a relationship with someone that you were attracted to, if they called you too much, or if they text you too much, or if they're on you, I noticed that I didn't like that. But then it's like, okay, why you didn't call me? Why you didn't text me? Why you didn't answer the phone? It's given very much toxic. It's given very much avoidant attachment. So I think that the best thing that you can do, if you really answer this question for yourself first, is to examine your attachment styles. Ladies, gentlemen, are you an anxious attachment? Are you an avoidant attachment? And how can we get to a place of secure attachment so that we can actually receive love? A lot of us know how to give love out real good. I was one of those people. I knew how to love you down, but when it came to receiving love, I found it hard to ask. I found it hard to allow people to show up in the ways that I've been asking for, because I was too afraid to ask for what I needed. So no, I didn't know how to be loved. And yes, I am learning how to be loved, even today, in a healthy way. I definitely let go of my expectations of what a person should look like, how I should feel, over fantasizing and over romanticizing those beginning feelings. Actually, that's lust. Lust of the flesh. Because you want to feel, about the person you're dating, and that don't always work out, guys. That don't always work out. So I think that we need to examine our expectations and our feelings and really ask ourselves the question, are you able to receive love? Because a lot of us can give it out, but when it comes to receiving it, yeah. So let me know your thoughts. You know what else I noticed? I noticed that as a community, we tend to frown on the good guy. We tend to be like, oh, he's corny. Oh, he's lame. Oh, he's a square. He's too nice. He's goody goody. He's all about it. And now our guys are like, I don't want to be like this, man. I don't want to be like that dude. Oh, he's corny. He's lame, So we don't even really know how to be healthy. It seems that we have gotten used to being toxic. We've gotten used to being toxic, and our social media culture does not advance us in a direction that is prosperous, that is uplifting. We all want to date that dude, and ain't nothing wrong with that dude. I'm not here to judge anybody, but I think that if we reevaluate our expectations and we come to a place of understanding ourselves and really look at what parts of us we could kind of fix, and a lot of it is due to trauma, childhood trauma and daddy issues and mommy issues and those early on relationships and how functional or dysfunctional they were. If you come from a home where your nervous system was constantly regulated because you got into a lot of arguments, or you ain't know if mom was going to be good today, and then tomorrow you were getting a different version of her, and then dad came in and things got crazy. It depending on how you grew up is really, it kind of dictates how you navigate these adult relationships. So I think when it comes to love and understanding love, the best thing that you can do is understand yourself first, and then examine the patterns that you've been in. Are you a romanticizer? Do you romanticize everything? Is it real? Like your expectations. I really had to examine myself in that way too. So, it's an interesting phenomenon. A lot of us, especially now, are walking into this independent culture, and don't get me wrong, I'm here for it. I've definitely been independent. I just do that because I don't like to praise that mentality, because it doesn't do us any justice. I genuinely believe as women we're meant to be submissive, and we're meant to walk in our soft girl feminine era and way. And I think that the only way to do that is to be behind a provider and protector. Take that from me, as I've walked a different life for a while, and finding God and being restored and understanding myself, understanding how I got to the place that I was at, understanding how I made the decisions that I made, and understanding where those decisions came from. A lot of it had to do with self-esteem, not having the validation from my father, not having the protection from my father, feeling not protected, just feeling like I was just out here. So I had to become my own provider and protector, and I had to give the love that I always wanted to receive. So here I am on the other end, knowing how to give love very well, but really not knowing how to receive it too well, because I've never felt I received it in the way that has been receptive to me. So my love language is acts of service. And I would say gift giving, but acts of service is really my love language as an independent woman. So, I think, learning about yourself is the best thing that you can do before you jump into a relationship, and knowing that, hey, I struggle with receiving love because I struggle with asking. I struggle with receiving love because I struggle with being seen. I struggle with receiving love because I struggle with being vulnerable. I struggle with receiving love because my expectation of love looks a certain way. I struggle with love because I don't even know what love is. So I think when you come to a space of understanding God is love, you do not look for love with your eyes, but you look for love with your spirit. So I hope this helped a few of you. I hope I brought something to your attention, and I really hope it resonated with your heart and your spirit. And I would say the best thing you can do in 2025 is heal, nurture, find yourself, find God, and let everything else find you.